Act 2 of The Inspector General by Nikolai Gogol. Translated by Thomas Seltzer. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 2. A small room in the inn. Bed, table, travelling bag, empty bottle, boots, clothes brush, etc. Scene 1. Osip, lying on his master's bed.
The devil take it. I'm so hungry. There's a racket in my belly as if a whole regiment were blowing trumpets. We'll never reach home. I'd like to know what we are going to do. 2 months already since we left St. Pete's. He's gone through all his cash, the precious buck. So now he sticks here with his tail between his legs and takes it easy. We have had enough, and more than enough, to pay for the fare. But no, he must exhibit himself in every town.
Imitates him.
Ossip, get me the best room to be had, and order the best dinner they serve. I can't stand bad food. I must have the best. It would be all right for somebody, but for a common copying clerk. Goes and gets acquainted with the other travellers, plays cards, and plays himself out of his last penny. Oh, I'm sick of this life. It's better in our village, really. There isn't so much going on, but then there is less to bother about. You get yourself a wife and lie on the stove all the time and eat pie. Of course, if you wanted to tell the truth, there's no denying that there's nothing like living in St. Pete. All you want is money, and then you can live smart and classy. Theatres, dogs to dance for you, everything, and everybody talks so genteel, pretty near like in high society. If you go to the Shukin Bazaar, the shopkeepers cry, "Gentlemen," at you. You sit with the officials in the ferry boat. If you want company, you go into a shop. A sport there will tell you about life in the barracks and explain the meaning of every star in the sky, so that you see them all as if you held them in your hand. Then an old officer's wife will gossip, or a pretty chambermaid will dart a look at you. Ta, ta, ta.
Smirks and wags his head.
And what deucedly civil manners they have, too. You never hear no impolite language. They always say "Mister" to you. If you are tired of walking, why you take a cab and sit in it like a lord. And if you don't feel like paying, then you don't. Every house has an open work gate, and you can slip through, and the devil himself won't catch you. There's one bad thing, though. Sometimes you get first-class eats, and sometimes you're so starved you nearly drop. Like now. It's all his fault. What can you do with him? His dad sends him money to keep him going, but the devil a lot it does. He goes off on a spree, rides in cabs, gets me to buy a theatre ticket for him every day, and in a week, look at him, sends me to the old clothes man to sell his new dress coat. Sometimes he gets rid of everything, down to his last shirt, and is left with nothing except his coat and overcoat. Upon my word, it's the truth. And such fine cloth, too. English, you know. One dress coat costs him 150 roubles, and he sells it to the old clothes man for 20. No use saying nothing about his pants. They go for a song. And why? Because he doesn't tend to his business. Instead of sticking to his job, he gads about on the prospect and plays cards. Oh, if the old gentleman only knew it! He wouldn't care that you're an official. He'd lift up your little shirty and would lay it on so that you'd go about rubbing yourself for a week. If you have a job, stick to it. Here's the innkeeper says he won't let you have anything to eat unless you pay your back bills. Well, and suppose we don't pay?
Sighing.
Oh, oh, good God. If only I could get cabbage soup, I think I could eat up the whole world now. There's a knock at the door. I suppose it's him.
Rises from the bed hastily. Scene 2. Osip and Hlistakov.
Here.
Hands him his cap and cane.
What? Been warming the bed again?
Why should I have been warming the bed? Have I never seen a bed before?
You're lying. The bed's all tumbled up.
What do I want a bed for? Don't I know what a bed is like? I have legs and can use 'em to stand on. I don't need your bed.
Hlistakov. Walking up and down the room.
Go and see if there isn't some tobacco in the pouch.
What tobacco? You emptied it out 4 days ago.
Hlistakov. Pacing the room and twisting his lips. Finally he says in a loud, resolute voice.
Listen. Osip.
Yes, sir.
Hlistakov. In a voice just as loud, but not quite so resolute.
Go down there.
Where?
Hlistakov. In a voice not at all resolute, nor loud, but almost in entreaty.
Down to the restaurant. Tell them to send up dinner.
No, I won't.
How dare you, you fool?
It won't do any good, anyhow. The landlord said he won't let you have anything more to eat.
How dare he? What nonsense is this?
He'll go to the governor, too, he says. It's 2 weeks now since you paid him, he says. You and your master are cheats, he says, and your master is a blackleg besides, he says. We know the breed. We've seen swindlers like him before.
And you're delighted, I suppose, to repeat all this to me, you donkey.
Every Tom, Dick and Harry comes and lives here, he says, and runs up debts so that you can't even put him out. I'm not going to fool about it, he says. I'm going straight to the governor and have him arrested and put in jail.
That'll do now, you fool. Go down at once and tell them to have dinner sent up. The coarse brute, the idea.
Hadn't I better call the landlord here?
What do I want the landlord for? Go and tell him yourself.
But really, master.
Well, go, the deuce take you. Call the landlord.
Osip goes out. Scene 3. Hlistakov. Alone.
I am so ravenously hungry. I took a little stroll, thinking I could walk off my appetite, but hang it, it clings. If I hadn't dissipated so in Penza, I'd have had enough money to get home with. The infantry captain did me up all right. Wonderful the way the scoundrel cut the cards. Didn't take more than a quarter of an hour for him to clean me out of my last penny, and yet I would give anything to have another set to with him. Only I never will have the chance. What a rotten town this is. You can't get anything on credit in the grocery shops here. It's deucedly mean, it is.
He whistles. First an air from Robert le Diable, then a popular song, then a blend of the two.
No one's coming.
Scene 4. Hlistakov. Osip and a servant.
The landlord sent me up to ask what you want.
Ah! How do you do, brother? How are you? How are you?
All right, thank you.
And how are you getting on in the inn? Is business good?
Yes, business is all right, thank you.
Many guests?
Plenty.
See here, good friend. They haven't sent me dinner yet. Please hurry them up. See that I get it as soon as possible. I have some business to attend to immediately after dinner.
The landlord said he won't let you have anything more. He was all for going to the governor today and making a complaint against you.
What's there to complain about? Judge for yourself, friend. Why, I've got to eat. If I go on like this, I'll turn into a skeleton. I'm hungry, I'm not joking.
Yes, sir, that's what he said. I won't let him have no dinner, he said, till he pays for what he has already had. That was his answer.
Try to persuade him.
But what shall I tell him?
Explain that it's a serious matter. I've got to eat. As for the money, of course, he thinks that because a moujik like him can go without food a whole day, others can too. The idea.
Well, all right, I'll tell him.
The servant and Osip go out. Scene 5.
Hlistakov.
Alone.
A bad business if he refuses to let me have anything. I'm so hungry. I've never been so hungry in my life. Shall I try to raise something on my clothes? Shall I sell my trousers? No, I'd rather starve than come home without a St. Petersburg suit. It's a shame Joachim wouldn't let me have a carriage on hire. It would have been great to ride home in a carriage, drive up under the porte-cochere of one of the neighbors, with lamps lighted and Osip behind in livery. Imagine the stir it would have created. Who is it? What's that? Then my footman walks in,
Draws himself up and imitates.
and announces, Ivan Alexandrovich Hlistakov of St. Petersburg. Will you receive him? Those country lubbers don't even know what it means to receive. If any lout of a country squire pays them a visit, he stalks straight into the drawing-room like a bear. Then you step up to one of their pretty girls and say, Delighted, madam.
Rubs his hands and bows.
Phew,
Spits.
I feel positively sick, I'm so hungry.
Scene 6.
Hlistakov.
Osip, and later the servant.
Well?
They're bringing dinner.
Hlistakov.
Claps his hands and wriggles in his chair.
Ha-ha! Dinner, dinner, dinner!
Servant, with plates and napkin.
This is the last time the landlord will let you have dinner.
The landlord! I spit on your landlord! What have you got there?
Soup and roast beef.
What? Only 2 courses?
That's all.
Nonsense, I won't take it. What does he mean by that? Ask him, it's not enough.
The landlord says it's too much.
Why is there no sauce?
There is none.
Why not? I saw them preparing a whole lot when I passed through the kitchen. And in the dining room this morning, 2 short little men were eating salmon and lots of other things.
Well, you see, there is some and there isn't.
Why isn't?
Because there isn't any.
What, no salmon, no fish, no cutlets?
Only for the better kind of folk.
You're a fool.
Yes, sir.
You measly suckling pig, why can they eat and I not? Why the devil can't I eat too? Am I not a guest, the same as they?
No, not the same. That's plain.
How so?
That's easy. They pay. That's it.
I'm not going to argue with you, simpleton.
Ladles out the soup and begins to eat.
What? You call that soup? Simply hot water poured into a cup. No taste to it at all. It only stinks. I don't want it. Bring me some other soup.
All right, I'll take it away. The boss said if you didn't want it, you needn't take it.
Hlistakov.
Putting his hand over the dishes.
Well, leave it alone, you fool. You may be used to treating other people this way, but I'm not that sort. I advise you not to try it on me. My God, what soup!
Goes on eating.
I don't think anybody in the world tasted such soup. Feathers floating on the top instead of butter.
Cuts the piece of chicken in the soup.
Oh, what a bird. Give me the roast beef. There's a little soup left, Osip, take it.
Cuts the meat.
What sort of roast beef is this? This isn't roast beef.
What else is it?
The devil knows, but it isn't roast beef. It's roast iron, not roast beef.
Eats.
Scoundrels. Crooks, the stuff they give you to eat. It makes your jaws ache to chew one piece of it.
Picks his teeth with his fingers.
Villains. It's as tough as the bark of a tree. I can't pull it out no matter how hard I try. Such meat is enough to ruin one's teeth. Crooks!
Wipes his mouth with the napkin.
Is there nothing else?
No.
Scoundrels, blackguards, they might have given some decent pastry or something, the lazy good-for-nothings. Fleecing their guests, that's all they're good for.
The servant takes the dishes and carries them out, accompanied by Osip. Scene 7.
Hlestakov alone.
It's just as if I'd eaten nothing at all, upon my word. It has only whetted my appetite. If I only had some change to send to the market and buy some bread.
Osip, entering.
The governor has come. I don't know what for. He's inquiring about you.
Hlestakov.
In alarm.
There now, that innkeeper has gone and made a complaint against me. Suppose he really claps me into jail. Well, if he does it in a gentlemanly way, I may... No, I won't. The officers and the people are all out on the street, and I set the fashion for them, and the merchant's daughter and I flirted. No, I won't. And pray, who is he? How dare he, actually? What does he take me for? A tradesman? I'll tell him straight out. How dare you? How...
The doorknob turns,
And Hlestakov goes pale and shrinks back.
Scene 8.
Hlestakov.
The governor and Dobchinsky. The governor advances a few steps and stops. They stare at each other a few moments, wide-eyed and frightened. Governor, recovering himself a little and saluting military fashion.
I have come to present my compliments, sir.
Hlestakov.
Bows.
How do you do, sir?
Excuse my intruding.
Pray don't mention it.
It's my duty as chief magistrate of this town to see that visitors and persons of rank should suffer no inconveniences.
Hlestakov.
A little halting at first, but toward the end in a loud, firm voice.
Well, what was to be done? It's not my fault. I'm really going to pay. They will send me money from home.
Dobchinsky peeps in at the door.
He's most to blame. He gives me beef as hard as a board, and the soup, the devil knows what he put into it. I ought to have pitched it out of the window. He starves me the whole day. His tea is so peculiar, it smells of fish, not tea. So why should I... The idea!
Governor, scared.
Excuse me. I assure you it's not my fault. I always have good beef in the market here. The Komogri merchants bring it, and they are sober, well-behaved people. I'm sure I don't know where he gets his bad meat from. But if anything is wrong, may I suggest that you allow me to take you to another place?
No, I thank you. I don't care to leave. I know what the other place is, the jail. What right have you, I should like to know? How dare you? Why, I'm in the government service at St. Petersburg.
Puts on a bold front.
I...
Governor, aside.
My God, how angry he is. He has found out everything. Those damned merchants have told him everything.
Hlestakov.
With bravado.
I won't go even if you come here with your whole force. I'll go straight to the minister.
Bangs his fist on the table.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Governor, drawing himself up stiffly and shaking all over.
Have pity on me. Don't ruin me. I have a wife and little children. Don't bring misfortune on a man.
No, I won't go. What's that got to do with me? Must I go to jail because you have a wife and little children? Great.
Dobchinsky looks in at the door and disappears in terror.
No, much obliged to you. I will not go.
Governor, trembling.
It was my inexperience. I swear to you, it was nothing but my inexperience and insufficient means. Judge for yourself. The salary I get is not enough for tea and sugar. And if I have taken bribes, they were mere trifles, something for the table, or a coat or two. As for the officer's widow to whom they say I gave a beating, she's in business now, and it's a slander that I beat her. Those scoundrels here invented the lie. They are ready to murder me. That's the kind of people they are.
Well, I've nothing to do with them.
Reflecting.
I don't see, though, why you should talk to me about your scoundrels or officer's widow. An officer's widow is quite a different matter. But don't you dare to beat me. You can't do it to me. No, sir, you can't. The idea. Look at him. I'll pay the money. Just now I'm out of cash. That's why I stay here, because I haven't a single kopeck.
Governor, aside.
Oh, he's a shrewd one. So that's what he's aiming at. He's raised such a cloud of dust, you can't tell what direction he's going. Who can tell what he wants? One doesn't know where to begin. But I will try. Come what may, I'll try. Hit or miss.
Aloud.
If you really are in want of money, I'm ready to serve you. It is my duty to assist strangers in town.
Lend me some. Then I'll settle up immediately with the landlord. I only want 200 rubles, even less would do.
There's just 200 rubles.
Giving him the money.
Don't bother to count it.
Hlistakov.
Taking it.
Very much obliged to you. I'll send it back to you as soon as I get home. I just suddenly found myself without... I see you are a gentleman. Now it's all different.
Governor, aside.
Well, thank the Lord, he's taken the money. Now I suppose things will move along smoothly. I slipped 400 instead of 2 into his hand.
Oh, Osip!
Osip enters.
Tell the servant to come.
To the governor and Dobchinsky.
Please be seated.
To Dobchinsky.
Please, take a seat, I beg of you.
Don't trouble, we can stand.
But please be seated. I now see perfectly how open-hearted and generous you are. I confess I thought you would come to put me...
To Dobchinsky.
Do take a chair.
The governor and Dobchinsky sit down. Bobchinsky looks in at the door and listens. Governor, aside.
I must be bolder. He wants us to pretend he is incognito. Very well, we will talk nonsense too. We'll pretend we haven't the least idea who he is.
Aloud.
I was going about in the performance of my duty with Pyotr Ivanovich Dobchinsky here. He's a landed proprietor here. And we came to the inn to see whether the guests are properly accommodated. Because I'm not like other governors who don't care about anything. No, apart from my duty, out of pure Christian philanthropy, I wish every mortal to be decently treated. And as if to reward me for my pains, chance has afforded me this pleasant acquaintance.
I, too, am delighted. Without your aid, I confess, I should have had to stay here a long time. I didn't know how in the world to pay my bill.
Governor, aside.
Oh, yes, fib on. Didn't know how to pay his bill. May I ask where your honor is going?
I'm going to my own village in the government of Saratov.
Governor, aside, with an ironical expression on his face.
The government of Saratov? And doesn't even blush. One must be on the qui-vive with this fellow.
Aloud.
You have undertaken a great task. They say traveling is disagreeable because of the delay in getting horses. But, on the other hand, it is a diversion. You are traveling for your own amusement, I suppose?
No, my father wants me. He's angry because so far I haven't made headway in the St. Petersburg service. He thinks they stick the Vladimir in your buttonhole the minute you get there. I'd like him to knock about in the government offices for a while.
Governor, aside.
How he fabricates! Dragging in his old father, too.
Aloud.
And may I ask whether you are going there to stay for long?
I really don't know. You see, my father is stubborn and stupid, an old dotard as hard as a block of wood. I'll tell him straight out, do what you will, I can't live away from St. Petersburg. Really, why I should waste my life among peasants? Our times make different demands on us. My soul craves enlightenment.
Governor, aside.
He can spin yarns all right. Lie after lie and never trips. And such an ugly, insignificant-looking creature, too. Why, it seems to me I could crush him with my fingernails. But wait, I'll make you talk. I'll make you tell me things.
Aloud.
You were quite right in your observation that one can do nothing in a dreary, out-of-the-way place. Take this town, for instance. You lie awake nights, you work hard for your country, you don't spare yourself. And the reward? You don't know when it's coming.
He looks round the room.
This room seems rather damp.
Yes, it's a dirty room. And the bugs! I've never experienced anything like them. They bite like dogs.
You don't say! An illustrious guest like you, to be subjected to such annoyance at the hands of whom? Of vile bugs that should never have been born? And I dare say it's dark here, too.
Yes, very gloomy. The landlord has introduced the custom of not providing candles. Sometimes I want to do something, read a bit, or if the fancy strikes me, write something. I can't. It's a dark room, yes, very dark.
I wondered if I might be bold enough to ask you, but no, I'm unworthy.
What is it?
No, I'm unworthy. I'm unworthy.
But what is it?
If I might be bold enough, I have a fine room for you at home, light and cozy. But no, I feel it too great an honor. Don't be offended. Upon my word, I made the offer out of the simplicity of my heart.
On the contrary, I accept your invitation with pleasure. I should feel much more comfortable in a private house than in this disreputable tavern.
I'm only too delighted. How glad my wife will be! It's my character, you know. I've always been hospitable from my very childhood, especially when my guest is a distinguished person. Don't think I say this out of flattery. No, I haven't that vice. I only speak from the fullness of my heart.
I'm greatly obliged to you. I myself hate double-faced people. I like your candor and kind-heartedness exceedingly, and I am free to say I ask for nothing else than devotion and esteem and devotion.
Scene 9. The above and the servant, accompanied by Osip. Bobchinski peeps in at the door.
Did your honour wish anything?
Yes, let me have the bill.
I gave you the second one a little while ago.
Oh, I can't remember your stupid accounts. Tell me what the whole comes to.
You were pleased to order dinner the first day. The second day you took only salmon. And then you took everything on credit.
Fool.
Starts to count it all up now.
How much is it altogether?
Please don't trouble yourself. He can wait.
To the servant.
Get out of here. The money will be sent to you.
Yes, that's so, of course.
He puts the money in his pocket. The servant goes out. Bobchinski peeps in at the door. Scene 10. The governor
Hlistakov.
and Dobchinski.
Would you care to inspect a few institutions in our town now? The philanthropic institutions, for instance, and others.
But what is there to see?
Well, you'll see how they're run, the order in which we keep them.
Oh, with the greatest pleasure. I'm ready.
Bobchinski puts his head in at the door.
And then, if you wish, we can go from there and inspect the district school and see our method of education.
Yes, if you please.
Afterwards, if you should like to visit our town jails and prisons, you will see how our criminals are kept.
Yes. But why go to prison? We had better go to see the philanthropic institutions.
As you please. Do you wish to ride in your own carriage, or with me in the cab?
I'd rather take the cab with you.
Governor to Dobchinski.
Now there'll be no room for you, Peter Ivanovich.
It doesn't matter. I'll walk.
Governor aside to Dobchinski.
Listen, run as fast as you can and take 2 notes. One to Zemlyanika at the hospital, the other to my wife.
To Hlistakov.
May I take the liberty of asking you to permit me to write a line to my wife to tell her to make ready to receive our honored guest?
Why go to so much trouble? However, there's the ink. I don't know whether there is any paper. Would the bill do?
Yes, that'll do.
Writes, talking to himself at the same time.
We'll see how things will go after lunch and several stout-bellied bottles. We have some Russian Madeira, not much to look at, but it will knock an elephant off its legs. If I only knew what he is and how much I have to be on my guard.
He finishes writing and gives the notes to Dobchinski. As the latter walks across the stage, the door suddenly falls in, and Bobchinski tumbles in with it to the floor. All exclaim in surprise. Bobchinski rises.
Have you hurt yourself?
Oh, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Only a little bruise on my nose. I'll run into Dr. Hibner's. He has a sort of plaster. It'll soon pass away.
Governor, making an angry gesture at Bobchinski.
To Chlestakov.
Oh, it's nothing. Now, if you please, sir, we'll go. I'll tell your servant to carry your luggage over.
Calls Osip.
Here, my good fellow, take all your master's things to my house, the governor's. Any one will tell you where it is. By your leave, sir.
Makes way for Chlestakov and follows him.
Then turns and says reprovingly to Bobchinski.
Couldn't you find some other place to fall in? Sprawling out here like a lobster.
Goes out. After him Bobchinski. Curtain falls. End of Act 2. Act 3 of The Inspector General by Nikolai Gogol. Translated by Thomas Seltzer. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3. Scene. The same as in Act 1. Scene 1.
Anna Andreevna and Maria Antonovna standing at the window, in the same positions as at the end of Act 1.
There now, we've been waiting a whole hour, all on account of your silly prinking. You were completely dressed, but no, you have to keep on dawdling. Provoking, not a soul to be seen, as though on purpose, as though the whole world were dead.
Now really, Mamma, we shall know all about it in a minute or two. Avdotya must come back soon.
Looks out of the window and exclaims.
Oh, Mamma, someone is coming! There, down the street!
Where? Just your imagination again. Why, yes, someone is coming. I wonder who it is. A short man in a frock coat. Who can that be? The suspense is awful. Who can it be, I wonder?
Dobchinski, Mamma.
Dobchinski? Your imagination again. It's not Dobchinski at all.
Waves her handkerchief.
Oh, you! Come here, quick!
It is Dobchinski, Mamma.
Of course you've got to contradict. I tell you, it's not Dobchinski.
Well, well, Mamma, isn't it Dobchinski?
Yes, it is. I see now. Why do you argue about it?
Calls through the window.
Hurry up! Quick! You're so slow. Well, where are they? What? Oh, speak from where you are, it's all the same. What? He's very strict, eh? And how about my husband?
Moves away a little from the window, exasperated.
He's so stupid. He won't say a word until he is in the room.
Scene 2. Enter Dobchinski.
Now tell me, aren't you ashamed? You were the only one I relied on to act decently. They all ran away, and you after them. Until now I haven't been able to find out a thing. Aren't you ashamed? I stood godmother to your Vinichka and Lezhanko, and this is the way you treat me.
Godmother, upon my word, I ran so fast to pay my respects to you that I'm all out of breath. How do you do, Maria Antonovna?
Good afternoon, Pyotr Ivanovitch.
Well, tell me all about it. What is happening at the inn?
I have a note for you from Anton Antonovitch.
But who is he? A general?
No, not the general, but every bit as good as a general, I'll tell you. Such culture, such dignified manners.
Ah, so he is the one my husband got a letter about.
Exactly. It was Pyotr Ivanovitch and I who first discovered him.
Tell me all about it.
It's all right now, thank the Lord. At first, he received Anton Antonovich rather roughly. He was angry and said the inn was not run properly, and he wouldn't come to the governor's house, and he didn't want to go to jail on account of him. But then, when he found out that Anton Antonovich was not to blame, and they got to talking more intimately, he changed right away, and thank heaven, everything went well. They've gone now to inspect the philanthropic institutions. I confess that Anton Antonovich had already begun to suspect that a secret denunciation had been lodged against him. I myself was trembling a little too.
What have you to be afraid of? You're not an official.
Well, you see, when a Grand Mogul speaks, you feel afraid.
Oh, that's all rubbish. Tell me, what is he like personally? Is he young or old?
Young. A young man of about 23. But he talks as he were older. If you will allow me, he says, I will go there and there.
Waves his hands.
He does it all with such distinction. I like, he says, to read and write, but I am prevented because my room is rather dark.
Oh, and what sort of a looking man is he? Dark or fair?
Neither. I should say rather chestnut, and his eyes dart about like little animals. They make you nervous.
Let me see what my husband writes.
Reads.
I hasten to let you know, dear, that my position was extremely uncomfortable. But relying on the mercy of God, 2 pickles extra and a half portion of caviar, 1 rouble and 25 kopecks.
Stops.
I don't understand. What have pickles and caviar got to do with it?
Oh, Anton Antonovich hurriedly wrote on a piece of scrap paper. There's a kind of bill on it.
Oh, yes, I see.
Goes on reading.
But relying on the mercy of God, I believe all will turn out well in the end. Get a room ready quickly for the distinguished guest, the one with the gold wallpaper. Don't bother to get any extras for dinner, because we'll have something at the hospital with our Timmy Filipovich. Order a little more wine, and tell Abdulin to send the best, or I'll wreck his whole cellar. I kiss your hand, my dearest, and remain yours, Anton Skwoznetmukanovsky. Oh my, I must hurry. Hello, who's there? Mishka?
Dobchinski runs to the door and calls.
Mishka! Mishka! Mishka!
Mishka enters.
Listen, run over to Abdulin. Wait, I'll give you a note.
She sits down at the table and writes, talking all the while.
Give this to Sidor the coachman, and tell him to take it to Abdulin and bring back the wine. And get to work at once. Make the gold room ready for a guest. Do it nicely. Put a bed in it, a wash basin and pitcher, and everything else.
Well, I'm going now, Anna Andreevna, to see how he does the inspecting.
Go on, I'm not keeping you.
Scene 3.
Anna Andreevna and Maria Antonovna.
Now, Mashenka, we must attend to our toilette. He's a metropolitan swell, and God forbid that he should make fun of us. You put on your blue dress with the little flounces. It's the most becoming.
The idea, Mamma! The blue dress? I can't bear it. Lopkin Topkin's wife wears blue, and so does Zemlyanka's daughter. I'd rather wear my flowered dress.
Your flowered dress? Of course, just to be contrary. You'll look lots better in blue, because I'm going to wear my dun-colored dress. I love dun color.
Oh, Mamma, it isn't a bit becoming of you.
What, dun color isn't becoming to me?
No, not a bit. I'm positive it isn't. One's eyes must be quite dark to go with dun color.
That's nice. Aren't my eyes dark? They're as dark as can be. What nonsense you talk. How can they be anything but dark when I always draw the Queen of Clubs?
Why, Mamma, you are more like the Queen of Hearts.
Nonsense. Perfect nonsense. I never was a Queen of Hearts.
She goes out hurriedly with Maria and speaks behind the scenes.
The ideas she gets into her head. Queen of Hearts. Heavens, what do you think of that?
As they go out, a door opens through which Mishka sweeps dirt onto the stage. Osip enters from another door, with a valise on his head.
Scene 4.
Mishka and Osip.
Where is this to go?
In here, in here.
Wait. Let me fetch breath first. Lord, what a wretched life. On an empty stomach, any load seems heavy.
Say, Uncle, will the General be here soon?
What general?
Your master.
My master? What sort of a general is he?
Isn't he a general?
Oh, he's a general, only the other way round.
Is that higher or lower than a real general?
Higher.
Geez whiz, that's why they are raising such a racket about him here.
Look here, young man, I see you're a smart fella. Give me something to eat, won't you?
There isn't anything ready yet for the likes of you. You won't eat plain food? When your master takes his meal, they you let you have the same as he gets.
But have you got any plain stuff?
We have cabbage soup, porridge, and pie.
That's all right. We'll eat cabbage soup, porridge and pie. We'll eat everything. Come, help me with the valise. Is there another way to go out there?
Yes.
They both carry the valise into the next room. Scene 5. The sergeants open both folding doors.
Lestakov enters, followed by the governor.
Then the superintendent of charities, the inspector of schools, Dobchinsky and Bobchinsky with a plaster on his nose. The governor points to a piece of paper lying on the floor, and the sergeants rush to pick it up, pushing each other in their haste.
Excellent institutions. I like the way you show strangers everything in your town. In other towns, they didn't show me a thing.
In other towns, I venture to observe the authorities and officials look out for themselves more. Here, I may say, we have no other thought than to win the government's esteem through good order, vigilance, and efficiency.
The lunch was excellent. I've positively overeaten. Do you set such a fine table every day?
In honor of so agreeable a guest, we do.
I like to eat well. That's what a man lives for, to pluck the flowers of pleasure. What was that fish called?
Artemi, running up to him.
Le pardon.
It was delicious. Where was it we had our lunch? In the hospital, wasn't it?
Precisely, in the hospital.
Yes, I remember. There were beds there. The patients must have gotten well. There don't seem to have been many of them.
About 10 are left. The rest recovered. The place is so well run, there is such perfect order. It may seem incredible to you, but ever since I've taken over the management, they all recover like flies. No sooner does a patient enter the hospital than he feels better, and we obtain this result not so much by medicaments as by honesty and orderliness.
In this connection, may I venture to call your attention to what a brain-racking job the office of governor is? There are so many matters he has to give his mind to just in connection with keeping the town clean and repairs and alterations. In a word, it is enough to upset the most competent person. But, thank God, all goes well. Another governor, of course, would look out for his own advantage. But believe me, even nights in bed I keep thinking, "Oh God, how could I manage things in such a way that the government would observe my devotion to duty and be satisfied?" Whether the government will reward me or not, that, of course, lies with them. At least I'll have a clear conscience. When the whole town is in order, the streets swept clean, the prisoners well kept, and few drunkards, what more might I want? Upon my word, I don't even crave honours. Honours, of course, are alluring, but as against the happiness which comes from doing one's duty, they are nothing but dross and vanity.
Timmy, aside.
Oh, the do-nothing, the scoundrel! How he holds forth! I wish the Lord had blessed me with such a gift.
That's so. I admit I sometimes like to philosophize, too. Sometimes it's prose, and sometimes it comes out poetry.
Bobchinski to Dobchinski.
How true! How true it all is, Pyotr Ivanovitch! His remarks are great. It's evident that he is an educated man.
Would you tell me, please, if you have any amusements here, any circles where one could have a game of cards?
Governor, aside.
I know what you are aiming at, my boy.
Aloud.
God forbid! Why, no one here has even heard of such a thing as card-playing circles. I myself have never touched a card. I don't know how to play. I can never look at cards with indifference, and if I happen to see a king of diamonds or some such thing, I am so disgusted I have to spit out. Once I made a house of cards for the children, and then I dreamt of those confounded things the whole night. Heavens! How can people waste their precious time over cards?
Luka Lukic, aside.
But he farrowed me out of 100 rubles yesterday, the rascal.
I'd rather employ my time for the benefit of the state.
Oh, well, that's rather going too far. It all depends upon the point of view. If, for instance, you pass when you have to treble stakes, then of course... No, don't say that a game of cards isn't very tempting sometimes.
Scene 6. The above.
Anna Andreevna and Maria Antonovna.
Permit me to introduce my family, my wife and daughter.
Lestakov, bowing.
I'm happy, madam, to have the pleasure of meeting you.
Oh, our pleasure in meeting so distinguished a guest is still greater.
Lestakov, showing off.
Excuse me, madam. On the contrary, my pleasure is the greater.
Impossible. You condescend to say it to compliment me. Won't you please sit down?
Just to stand near you is bliss. But if you insist, I will sit down. I am so happy to be at your side at last.
I beg your pardon, but I dare not take all the nice things you say to myself. I suppose you must have found travelling very unpleasant after living in the capital.
Extremely unpleasant. I am accustomed, comprenez-vous, to life in the fashionable world, and suddenly to find myself on the road in dirty inns with dark rooms and rude people. I confess that if it were not for this chance which...
Giving Anna a look and showing off.
Compensated me for everything.
It must really have been extremely unpleasant for you.
At this moment, however, I find it exceedingly pleasant, madam.
Oh, I cannot believe it. You do me much honor. I don't deserve it.
Why don't you deserve it? You do deserve it, madam.
I live in a village.
Well, after all, a village too has something. It has its hills and brooks. Of course, it's not to be compared with St. Petersburg. Ah, St. Petersburg, what a life, to be sure. Maybe you think I am only a copying clerk. No, I am on friendly footing with the chief of our department. He slaps me on the back. "Come, brother," he says, "and have dinner with me." I just drop in the office for a couple of minutes to say this is to be done so, and that is to be done that way. There's a rat of a clerk there for copying letters. He does nothing but scribble all the time. Tr-tr-tr-tr. They even wanted to make me a college assessor, but I think to myself, what do I want it for? And the doorkeeper flies after me on the stairs with a shoe brush. Allow me to shine your boots for you, Ivan Alexandrovitch, he says.
To the governor.
Why are you standing, gentlemen? Please, sit down.
Together.
Please,
We
don't
don't
trouble.
mind
Our rank
standing.
is such that we can very well stand.
Please, sit down without the rank.
The governor and the rest sit down.
I don't like ceremony. On the contrary, I always like to slip by unobserved. But it's impossible to conceal oneself. Impossible. I no sooner show myself in a place than they say, "There goes Ivan Alexandrovitch." Once I was even taken for the commander-in-chief. The soldiers rushed out of the guard-house and saluted. Afterwards an officer, an intimate acquaintance of mine, said to me, "Why, old chap, we completely mistook you for the commander-in-chief."
Well, I declare.
I know pretty actresses. I've written a number of vaudevilles, you know. I frequently meet literary men. I'm on an intimate footing with Pushkin. I often say to him, "Well, Pushkin, old boy, how goes it?" "So-so, partner," he'd reply, "as usual." He's a great original.
So you write, too. Oh, how thrilling it must be to be an author. You write for the papers also, I suppose?
Yes, for the papers, too. I am the author of a lot of works. The Marriage of Figaro, Robert le Diable, Norma. I don't even remember all the names. I did it just by chance. I hadn't meant to write, but a theatrical manager said, "Won't you please write something for me?" I thought to myself, all right, why not? So I did it all in one evening, surprised everybody. I am extraordinarily light of thought. All that has appeared under the name of Baron Brambeau was written by me, and the Frigate of Hope, and the Moscow Telegraph.
What, so you are Brambo?
Why, yes, and I revise and whip all their articles into shape. Smirden gives me 40,000 for it.
I suppose, then, that Yuri Miroslavsky is yours, too?
Yes, it's mine.
I guessed at once.
But, Mama, it says that it's by Zagoskin.
There, I knew you'd be contradicting even here.
Oh, yes, it's so. That was by Zagoskin. But there is another Yuri Miroslavsky which was written by me.
That's right. I read yours. It's charming.
I admit, I live by literature. I have the first house in St. Petersburg. It is well known as the house of Ivan Alexandrovitch.
Addressing the company in general.
If any of you should come to St. Petersburg, do please call to see me. I give balls, too, you know.
I can guess the taste and magnificence of those balls.
Immense! For instance, watermelon will be served costing 700 roubles. The soup comes in the tureen straight from Paris by steamer. When the lid is raised, the aroma of the steam is like nothing else in the world. And we have formed a circle for playing whist. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, the French, the English, and the German ambassadors, and myself. We play so hard we kill ourselves over the cards. There's nothing like it. After it's over, I'm so tired I run home up the stairs to the 4th floor and tell the cook, "Here, Marushka, take my coat." What am I talking about? I forgot that I live on the 1st floor. One flight up costs me... My foyer before I rise in the morning is an interesting spectacle indeed. Counts and princes jostling each other and humming like bees. All you hear is buzz, buzz, buzz. Sometimes the minister...
The governor and the rest rise in awe from their chairs.
Even my mail comes addressed to Your Excellency. And once I even had charge of a department. A strange thing happened. The head of the department went off, disappeared, no one knew where. Of course, there was a lot of talk about how the place would be filled, who would fill it, and all that sort of thing. There were ever so many generals hungry for the position, and they tried, but they couldn't cope with it. It's too hard. Just on the surface it looks easy enough, but when you come to examine it closely, it's the devil of a job. When they saw they couldn't manage, they came to me. In an instant the streets were packed full with couriers. Nothing but couriers and couriers. 35,000 of them. Imagine! Pray, picture the situation to yourself. Ivan Alexandrovitch, do come and take the directorship of the department. I admit I was a little embarrassed. I came out in my dressing gown. I wanted to decline, but I thought it might reach the Tsar's ears, and besides, my official record. Very well, gentlemen, I said. I'll accept the position, I'll accept, so be it. But mind, I said, now look sharp is the word with me, look sharp. And so it was. When I went through the offices of my department, it was a regular earthquake. Everyone trembled and shook like a leaf.
The governor and the rest tremble with fright.
Lestakov works himself up more and more as he speaks.
Oh, I don't like to joke. I got all of them thoroughly scared, I tell you. Even the Imperial Council is afraid of me. And really, that's the sort I am. I don't spare anybody. I tell them all, I know myself. I know myself. I am everywhere, everywhere. I go to court daily. Tomorrow they are going to make me a field marshal.
He slips and almost falls, but is respectfully held up by the officials. Governor
walks up to him, trembling from top to toe, and speaking with a great effort.
Your
Lestakov, curtly.
What is it?
Your XXXX.
Lestakov, as before.
I can't make out a thing, it's all nonsense.
Your Excellency, wouldn't you like to rest a bit? Here's a room and everything you may need.
Nonsense! Rest! However, I'm ready for a rest. Your lunch was fine, gentlemen. I am satisfied. I am satisfied.
Declaiming.
La Barden. La Barden.
He goes into the next room, followed by the governor. Scene 7. The same,
without Lestakov and the governor.
Bobchinsky to Dobchinsky.
There's a man for you, Pyotr Ivanovitch. That's what I call a man. I've never in my life been in the presence of so important a personage. I almost died of fright. What do you think is his rank, Pyotr Ivanovitch?
I think he's almost a general.
And I think a general isn't worth the sole of his boots. But if he is a general, then he must be the generalissimo himself. Did you hear how he bullies the Imperial Council? Come, let's hurry off to Amos Fyodorovitch and Korobkin and tell them about it. Goodbye, Anna Andreevna.
Good afternoon, godmother.
Both go out.
It makes your heart sink, and you don't know why. We haven't even our uniforms on. Suppose after he wakes up from his nap he goes and sends a report about us to St. Petersburg.
He goes out, sunk in thought, with the school inspector, both saying,
Goodbye, madam.
Scene 8.
Anna Andreevna and Maria Antonovna.
Oh, how charming he is.
A perfect dear.
Such refined manners. You can recognize the big city article at once. How he carries himself and all that sort of thing. Exquisite. I'm just crazy for young men like him. I am in ecstasies, beside myself. He liked me very much, though. I noticed he kept looking at me all the time.
Oh, Mamma, he looked at me.
No more nonsense, please. It's out of place now.
But really, Mamma, he did look at me.
There you go. For God's sake, don't argue. You mustn't, that's enough. What would he be looking at you for? Please tell me, why would he be looking at you?
It's true, Mamma. He kept looking at me. He looked at me when he began to speak about literature, and he looked at me afterwards, when he told me how he played whilst with the ambassadors.
Well, maybe he looked at you once or twice, and might have said to himself, oh, well, I'll give her a look.
Scene 9. The same, and the governor.
Shh.
What is it?
I wish I hadn't given him so much to drink. Suppose even half of what he says is true.
Sunk in thought.
How can it not be true? A man in his cups is always on the surface. What's in his heart is on his tongue. Of course he fibbed a little. No talking is possible without some lying. He plays cards with the ministers, and he visits the court. Upon my word, the more you think, the less you know what's going on in your head. I'm as dizzy as if I were standing in a belfry, or if I were going to be hanged. The devil take it!"
And I didn't feel the least bit afraid. I simply saw a high-toned, cultured man of the world, and his rank and titles didn't make me feel a bit queer.
"Oh, well, you women! To say women and enough said. Everything is froth and bubble to you. All of a sudden you blab out words that don't make the least sense. Worst you'd get would be a flogging, but it means ruination to the husband. Say, my dear, you are as familiar with him as if he were another Bobjinski."
Leave that to us. Don't bother about that.
Glancing at Maria.
We know a thing or two in that line.
Governor, to himself.
"Oh, what's the good of talking to you? Confound it all, I can't get over my fright yet."
Opens the door and calls.
"Mishka, tell the sergeants Svistunov and Derzimoda to come here. They are near the gate."
After a pause of silence.
"The world has turned into a queer place. If at least the people were visible so you could see them. They are such a skinny, thin race. How in the world could you tell what he is? After all, you can tell a military man, but when he wears a frock coat, it's like a fly with clipped wings. He kept it up a long time in the inn, cut off a lot of allegories and ambiguities so you couldn't make out head or tail. Now he's shown himself up at last. Spouted even more than necessary. It's evident that he's a young man."
Scene 10. The same and Osip. All rush to meet Osip, beckoning to him.
Come here, my good man.
"Hush! Tell me, is he asleep?"
No, not yet. He's stretching himself a little."
What's your name?
"Osip, madame."
Governor, to his wife and daughter.
"That'll do, that'll do."
To Osip.
"Well, friend, did they give you a good meal?"
"Yes, sir, very good. Thank you kindly."
Your master has lots of counts and princes visiting him, hasn't he?
Osip, aside.
"What shall I say? Seeing as they've given me such good feed now, I suppose they'll do even better later."
Aloud.
"Yes, counts do visit him."
Osip, darling, isn't your master just grand?"
Osip, please tell me, how is he?
"Do stop now. You just interfere with your silly talk. Well, friend, how?"
What is your master's rank?
The usual rank."
"For God's sake, your stupid questions keep a person from getting down to business. Tell me, friend, what sort of a man is your master? Is he strict? Does he rag and bully a fellow? You know what I mean. Does he or doesn't he?"
Yes, he likes things to be just so. He insists on things being just so."
"I like your face. You must be a fine man, friend. What?"
Listen, Osip, does your master wear uniform in St. Petersburg?
"Enough of your tattle now, really. This is a serious matter, a matter of life and death."
To Osip.
"Yes, friend, I like you very much. It's rather chilly now, and when a man's travelling, an extra glass of tea or so is rather welcome. So here's a couple of roubles for some tea."
Osip, taking the money.
"Thank you, much obliged to you, sir. God grant you health and long life. You've helped a poor man."
"That's all right. I'm glad to do it. Now, friend."
Listen, Osip, what kind of eyes does your master like most?
Osip, darling, what a dear nose your master has."
"Stop now. Let me speak."
To Osip.
"Tell me, what does your master care for most? I mean, when he travels, what does he like?"
As for sights, he likes whatever happens to come along." But what he likes most of all is to be received well and entertained well.
Entertained well?
Yes, for instance, I'm nothing but a serf, and yet he sees to it that I should be treated well too. S'help me God! Say we'd stop at some place, and he'd ask, "Well, Ossip, have they treated you well?" "No, badly, your Excellency." "Ah," he'd say, "Ossip, he's not a good host. Remind me when we get home." "Oh, well," thinks I to myself,
with a wave of his hand,
"I am a simple person. God be with them."
Very good. You talk sense. I've given you something for tea. Here's something for buns, too.
You are too kind, your Excellency.
puts the money in his pocket.
I'll be sure to drink your health, sir.
Come to me, Osip, and I'll give you some too.
Osip, darling, kiss your master for me.
Hlestakov is heard to give a short cough in the next room.
Hush!
Rises on tiptoe. The rest of the conversation in the scene is carried on in an undertone.
Don't make a noise, for heaven's sake. Go, it's enough.
Come, Mashenka, I'll tell you something I noticed about our guest that I can't tell you unless we are alone together.
They go out.
Let them talk away. If you went and listened to them, you'd want to stop up your ears.
To Osip.
Well, friend.
Scene 11.
The same, Derzhimorda and Svistanov.
Shh! Bandy-legged bears, thumping their boots on the floor. Bump, bump, as if 1,000 pounds were being unloaded from a wagon. Where in the devil have you been knocking about?
I had your order.
Hush!
Puts his hand over Derzhimorda's mouth.
Like a bull bellowing.
Mocking him.
I had your order. Makes a noise like an empty barrel.
To Osip.
Go, friend, and get everything ready for your master. And you two, you stand on the steps and don't you dare budge from the spot. And don't let any strangers enter the house, especially the merchants. If you let a single one in, the instant you see anybody with a petition, or even without a petition, and he looks as if he wanted to present a petition against me, take him by the scruff of the neck, give him a good kick.
Shows with his foot.
And throw him out. Do you hear? Hush, hush.
He goes out on tiptoe, preceded by the sergeants. Curtain. End of Act 3.